Welcome to the Deep Dive, where we unpack a stack of sources and pull out those truly essential insights. Today, we're setting our sights on a place brimming with natural wonders and maybe a touch of magic, Finland.
Exactly. Our focus for this deep dive is finlandtour.fi. We've got sources that detail their company, their wide range of offerings, and we'll even zero in on one of their signature adventures. That's the best Finland and Norway tour with 2 days Northern Lights cruise to Tromso.
That's right. So if your travel dreams involve seeing the Northern Lights, maybe a visit to Santa Claus, or even embarking on an Arctic adventure like a king crab safari, well, this deep dive is definitely for you. We're going to explore what makes this company tick, get a feel for what a sample itinerary actually looks and feels like, understand what's covered and what's not, and maybe most importantly, hear what actual travelers are saying. So let's kick things off with the basics. Who exactly is finlandtour.fi?
Okay, so finlandtour.fi operates under a company called Eurotrail LLC. And just a small detail, they have a Dun & Bradstreet number 133617855. For you, the traveler, this is basically a unique business ID used globally for like financial checks and credibility. It sort of speaks to their legitimacy as an established company.
Right, a bit of background reassurance.
Exactly. They position themselves as a local Finnish tour operator, offering everything from those, enchanting Lapland Northern Lights trips in winter to the Midnight Sun tours in summer. Their core mission seems really focused on creating unforgettable experiences. Husky rides, snowmobiling, exploring lakes, national parks, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw that phrase they use about creating lasting memories and forging meaningful connections. But what I found particularly interesting was their strong push to book direct with a Finnish tour company. They really seem to suggest avoiding middlemen. Why is that such a big message for them?
That's a crucial point. And their sources actually lay it out very clearly with a pretty compelling example. They compare a Mr. Tan, who booked through an agent, say, in Singapore, versus Mr. Shan, who booked directly with them.
Okay.
Mr. Tan apparently ended up paying more. Why? Because he got hit with double taxes once in Singapore to his agent, and then the agent also paid taxes in Finland,
Oh, wow.
plus, the agent's commission. Mr. Shan, on the other hand, he bypassed all those extra costs. And maybe just as important, he was in direct contact with the tour operators themselves.
Ah, okay.
So it led to a simpler, arguably more reliable, and ultimately cheaper experience for him. It highlights a pretty significant financial and communication advantage for you, the traveler. More transparency.
That direct booking point really does shift how you might think about planning a trip like this, doesn't it? What about their team and the practical side of booking? We see names listed: Jenny Wilson, Damien, Aniki, Annette Black, Adet Sarin, covering different roles. What does having that kind of team structure suggest, and how do you actually go about booking?
Well, having that dedicated team, sales, product, operations, even UI, UX, and digital marketing, it suggests a pretty comprehensive in-house approach. It kind of indicates they manage a lot of the tour development and promotion themselves, which, fits right in with that direct booking philosophy.
Makes sense.
As for booking, it seems quite straightforward. You could do it online or just offline via email info@finlandtour.fi. And if you want to pay in a currency other than euros, you just email them, and they'll apparently send you a payment link in your preferred currency.
Okay.
Now, they don't handle visa processing directly, that's on you, but they do provide the necessary vouchers for your application. They also mention having tie-ups with pretty much every major hotel chain in Finland, often bundling deals into the packages.
And flights, domestic ones.
Yes, domestic flights within Finland are typically included in their packages.
Yeah.
Payment terms are 60% non-refundable deposit when you book, and then the full balance is due 50 days before the tour starts.
Right. That gives us a great overview of the company itself. Now, let's dive into a specific example that really shows off what they offer. We've got the details on their Best Finland and Norway tour with 2 days Northern Lights cruise to Tromso. What are the sort of standout elements of this particular adventure?
Okay, so this one is a pretty immersive 9-night, 10-day journey. The starting price is around 7,600 euros. It's really crafted as a magical winter experience across both Finland and Norway. You're hitting key spots like Helsinki, Rovaniemi, Saariselkä, Kirkenes, and Tromso. But the absolute showstopper, the real highlight, seems to be the spectacular 2-day Northern Lights Arctic cruise, sailing from Kirkenes up to Tromsø.
And the places you stay sound incredible. A cozy glass igloo in Saariselkä and the iconic snow hotel in Kirkenes, that definitely makes it feel special.
Totally. Those are definitely unique selling points.
Beyond those stays, what kind of activities are actually packed into this itinerary? It sounds busy.
It is packed. It seems designed for memory making, really.
No?
You're looking at husky sledding.
The classic.
Yeah. Thrilling snowmobile safaris, dedicated Northern Lights hunts both by bus and on the cruise ship, an unforgettable whale-watching trip in Tromsø, and a very hands-on king crab safari where you actually go out onto the frozen water.
Wow.
Plus, authentic Finnish sauna sessions, meeting Santa Claus in his village.
Can't forget Sander.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
And even crossing the Arctic Circle. Real bucket list moment for many people, I imagine.
That sounds like an absolutely incredible journey. Let's just quickly trace that path again. Starts in Helsinki, fly to Rovaniemi for Northern Lights, Santa, then Saariselkä for the glass igloo, then Kirkenes for the snow hotel and that king crab safari. Days 7 and 8 are the Havila Northern Lights cruise, ending up in Tromsø for whale watching on day 9.
That's the flow.
So beyond all these amazing activities, what's specifically included in the actual package price?
All right, so the package covers all your accommodation. That's 1 night in Helsinki, 3 nights in a Rovaniemi hotel, 1 night near Saariselkä in Ivalo, 1 night in the snow hotel, then that 1 night, 2 days on the cruise, and finally 2 nights in Tromsø.
Okay, lodging sorted?
Yep. All breakfasts are included too, which is always nice.
Yeah.
Plus all the essential airport transfers. And the various transfers between the cities are covered: Rovaniemi to Saariselkä, Saariselkä to Kirkenes area, and so on.
Good.
And importantly, meals are included while you're actually on the cruise portion.
Okay, so that's quite a lot that is included. But what about the things travelers need to budget for separately? What's not covered?
Yeah, important exclusions to be aware of. Visa processing, as I mentioned, that's your responsibility. International flights to get to Finland and back home are not included.
Standard stuff, usually.
Pretty standard, yeah. Dinners and lunches generally aren't included, except for those specific meals on the cruise. And travel insurance, it's not part of the package, and they strongly advise you purchase comprehensive cover. Essential, really. Porter service also isn't included, so you'll be handling your own luggage. And it's worth noting, the cruise terms mention the itinerary can change due to weather or operational needs. And there's no compensation for what they call force majeure, basically.
Yeah.
Big unforeseen circumstances like extreme weather.
Good to know. Standard travel clauses, but always worth highlighting. Okay, that clarifies the practical stuff. Now, for what often sways decisions, the real experiences, what are past clients saying? We've got reviews for finlandtour.fi as a whole, and then specific feedback on this best Finland and Norway tour. What's the general vibe?
The general testimonials for the company overall are remarkably positive, actually. Some really strong themes come through. Aylin M. from Singapore called her experience absolutely fantastic and seamless. That word seamless comes up a few times.
Logistics are key on these multi-stop trips.
Definitely. Akshay Balubi, an Indian traveler, praised the knowledgeable guys, though he did mention a few minor hiccups. It's hard to know what those were specifically, though. Robin Miller from Georgia said finlandtour.fi exceeded all expectations, highlighting the Northern Lights. Hiroshi, a Japanese traveler, also found guides knowledgeable, but felt some activities were a bit rushed. So maybe a point on pacing for some.
Okay, a slight counterpoint there.
Yeah. Norin from Singapore described an amazing 6-day journey that was, again, seamless. Li V from China praised the precision in handling details like transfers and activities. And Shane from Indonesia called it a truly luxurious travel experience, high-end, stress-free. So quite a range, but overwhelmingly positive.
So a strong current of smooth organization, good guides, maybe a minor note on pacing here and there. And how do the reviews for the specific best Finland and Norway tour compare? It's got a solid 4.4 out of 5 from 5 reviews.
For this particular tour, the feedback is, equally glowing. Mario Lara, traveling as a couple, said it was everything we dreamed of. He specifically mentioned the glass igloo and the cruise as being romantic. Jonas P., who went with family, found it ideal for both kids, Santa, Snowman World, and adults, with the saunas and whale watching, said the Northern Lights left us speechless.
You can imagine.
Amelia T. echoed that feeling, saying, every day of this trip felt special and that the whole itinerary was crafted beautifully. So overall, the consistent themes are definitely the magic of the Northern Lights, those really unique places to stay, and a general feeling of a very well-organized, thoughtfully planned trip. The minor points raised in the general reviews don't seem to heavily feature in the feedback for this specific, quite high-end tour. It sounds like it delivers.
We've really journeyed through the world of Finland tour.fi today, haven't we? From understanding their direct booking model and its potential benefits to the nitty-gritty details of a 10-day Arctic adventure, it's pretty clear they're aiming to craft a truly comprehensive and, well, memorable experience.
Absolutely. And what's really interesting, I think, is how that commitment to being a local Finnish operator, like we saw with the Mr. Tan and Mr. Shan example, seems to genuinely translate into tangible benefits for you, the traveler,
Right.
both in potential cost savings and, maybe just as importantly, direct communication.
Right.
They offer this blend of iconic Arctic stuff, the lights, the huskies, but pair it with really distinctive stays like the igloo and the snow hotel, all wrapped up in a pretty structured itinerary.
So as you, the curious traveler, maybe sit there thinking about your own Arctic adventure,
Mhm.
how might connecting directly with a local specialist like Finland tour.fi not just simplify things and offer more transparency, but also perhaps deepen the authenticity of your journey,
Yeah.
making sure you get those lasting memories without, maybe some of those hidden costs sneaking in?
Huh?
Something to think about.